today that people are talking about it, but then I'm razzing them in practice. I think that's the best way to getting over it. And maybe the first
I
shot.
find it so sensitive. I don't think I could rub that in anybody's face.
Hey, you know what? Warm ups, first shot in practice. I'm just doing high flippers on the red line, and just let all the just laugh it off.
We got to work on it, obviously.
I think the unspoken is what makes it awkward. Hey man, listen, we're good. Let's laugh it off. But it was a tough one, and I hate that too. That's my boy from Cleveland, Alex Nedeljkovic, Browns fan. We share a lot in common.
Yeah. Well, you probably, you got to really know the personality, right?
Absolutely. So I know you're on the East Coast, and I'd love to get some thoughts on the Metro. I'm not sure where the Metro's at this year, so you got some Rangers ties there. What are your thoughts? New coach in New York, JT Miller is the captain. What are your thoughts on what the Rangers are going to be this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think they'll certainly be better, but I feel like that's an easy answer because I think things were really not great last year. So it's going to take a minute. It's Mike Sullivan is a details-oriented coach, and I feel like the way he coaches, we're not just looking for that new coach bump that we see maybe in the middle of a season. It's different. I almost find that I was thinking about this the other day because we have a few new coaches or new to their teams, and we always speak on the new coach bump in the middle of the season when a coach gets fired, and there always is this kind of initial springboard for a hockey club. And I feel like that happens because the guys are in season, their legs are there, the timing's there. Like, even if you're not playing well, at least you're feeling the game. I feel like the start of season, there's no new coach bump. It's because you're trying to be, not only are you learning the new systems and everywhere you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to do on the ice, you're also trying to feel good. And me, I know as a player, it took me a couple weeks to really feel like I was in a groove coming out of training camp. So, I don't know. The Rangers are going to take a little bit of time. I still not convinced with their back end, the way it's built, but we'll see what they do with that. But as far as JT Miller, the captaincy there, I think that was the absolute right move. I'm excited to see some guys on that team bounce back this year because they have really good hockey players that had all collectively off years last year. That's a recipe for no success.
Just speaking about JT Miller's captaincy, clearly you like it. I'm just wondering around JT Miller now when you think about the Ranger room, if in fact that JT on occasion can get too emotional. Is there anyone else in that room that can go up and help JT or at least maybe settle him down, or is that guy not really there?
I'd have to assume that's Vinny Trocheck because of their relationship. And, those guys grew up playing youth hockey in Pittsburgh. Yep. And another Ohio boy, JT Miller, born East Palestine, Ohio, which is right outside Youngstown. And there wasn't a ton of hockey there, so he played in Pittsburgh with Vinny, and they're really tight. So I think Vinny Trocheck would be that guy that can. I don't know the whole dynamic of the relationship, but hey, bud, you and me, look at me. Like, now is not the time, or this time. I'm sure that those things are in check there. We've talked about it before. I feel like this is a team that needs a little bit of that. I'd much rather try to reel JT in than try to get reaction and get guys to step up in certain moments, whether it's emotionally or by gameplay. So, and Mike Sullivan's got a good grasp on him, having him at Four Nations and understands. I'm sure there's a lot of research done just from what happened last year as well. It's a great question. I think Vinny Trocheck would probably have to be that guy for me.
Yeah, what's the expression? Rather tame a tiger than paint stripes on a pussycat? I think that's the expression. Something like that. That's better. So looking around some of the teams this year and expectations, there's a couple teams that I feel like got written off going into this year. Pittsburgh's going to stink. Boston's not even trying to win.
Pittsburgh's 2-0.
I know,
just got
Boston's
to get rid
good
of
too.
Sullivan.
That's my question
They
to
just
Rupert.
needed Sullivan out of the room.
What are we dealing with here? These two teams, are they maybe not bad?
It's great starts. I'm never going to poo-poo that. I mean, you want to win hockey games. That's the goal every single night when you go out, and those teams are right now. I still think that the beginning of the seasons every year. They're fun storylines. I'm not saying these are fun. I'm saying individual storylines. Like Justin Brazeau. I mean, you got him 3 goals. He looks awesome with Gino. He might have an incredible season, but 20 games in, we start to learn things about players individually and teams, I feel like. So these are things like Gino. Evgeny Malkin looks awesome right now. He looks awesome every year at the start of the year because he's healthy. I think that's the biggest thing. He's fresh and his legs are going good. So I think between the two teams, the team actually I've been impressed with maybe a little bit more because I think Pittsburgh has that. They have the skill. They have more than one guy. It's probably Boston. I'm actually pretty impressed with Boston. I think Boston's been fantastic, but I really believe I saw Cam Neely come out the other day and said they're going to be a tough out. For me, that's sometimes just feels like what you're supposed to say when you're the head of an organization, but they actually might be a tough out this year. I think they might surprise some teams because they're kind of scrappy group there. So I love the storylines. But I'm not going to say that either of those teams are going to be playoff teams because I still probably feel pretty strongly they're not going to be.
You're watching and listening to Stanley Cup champion Mike Rupp. Does a great job on NHL Network. Okay, Rupper, we've on occasion had a bit of a bold statement or comment on this show, but I rank yours right up there with this one on the Toronto Maple Leafs, where they lost 100 points. 24-minute man in Mitch Marner. Yet you say that this is the best lineup they've had in a long time.
Yeah. Yes.
Where do you go? Like, where are your first thoughts on that?
So, when I say that is with the goal in mind of winning a Stanley Cup. And not skill-wise, I mean, no, that's foolish. Are you saying it? I am not saying that they are a more talented team now than they were before Mitch ends up going to Vegas. But that's where maybe there's differences in opinions on what wins and what doesn't win in this league with fans even. Because fans are going to sit there and go, well, I want a more skilled. We are a better team. Yeah, you might be a better team. We've seen that here. That's been the story. There's never been a lack of talent. And we see that for a bunch of different teams. I actually think this year those points are going to be missed. I think Mitch makes you a better team on a night-to-night basis in the regular season. It has nothing to do with Mitch. Cutting Mitch out. They've built a better bottom 6. This is a bottom 6 now that I feel that can make a difference in the postseason. I think the Florida Panthers are a perfect example of the way they approach things. We use whatever term you want, greasier, grittier. We've seen Toronto get gritty before, but these are actual players who've had some success. I feel in the playoffs.